Well, anyway, welcome into the show. I just hit the live button. Jackpot and I were about ready to kill each other just a minute ago there. But hey, this is the Rob and Kale Show. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining us. Jackpot, the best damn Gamecock YouTuber on the planet who wants to choke me right now. How are you?
You just went live?
I just hit the button because I'm a dumbass. You missed the heat. You missed the vinegar. You missed all of it.
Damn.
Hey, we were going good, Jackpot. Anyway, welcome to the show. We're going to pick championship games this week. The form is up on the website. I just forgot to hit the go live button there. That's my fault. But Jackpot, what'd you think about the rankings last night? Were you relieved?
Was I relieved?
Relieved that you're not going to the playoff.
Why would that have me relieved? I'm sad about it, but I mean, I knew that it was happening. I didn't even watch. I had to go get my medicine from the pharmacy, so I wasn't watching the show, but I tuned into it as soon as they announced that or right after it. But I knew that we were going to get ranked low because I read The Athletic yesterday, and they had their prediction for how it was going to go, and it was almost to a T what they had. And the odds for South Carolina to make the college football playoff yesterday morning were like plus 600. So, that kind of tells you pretty much what's going on with that. I was surprised that Ole Miss was plus 4,000. So, like I don't know, they're ranked ahead of us, but I mean their odds were like plus 4,000 to make the playoff. I thought that was kind of crazy. Especially when they beat Georgia and everything. But hey, I mean, we all know this. I mean, it's a flawed system, and this 12-team thing was supposed to make it all right, but it didn't. But somebody's going to get fucked. Somebody's going to be happy. So.
Well, Clemson. If Clemson beats SMU, that will knock Alabama out of the playoffs. What do you think?
If Clemson beats SMU, I care more about Clemson losing at this point than I give a shit. If South Carolina's not going to be in the playoff, I don't really care if Alabama's in it. It doesn't matter. I don't want Clemson to win. So they don't deserve to go to the playoff. They need to be sitting at home. So SMU's favored. They need to do their job and beat them.
Well, let me address Chris here. He says, might as well not play Clemson. As Rob would say, it does nothing for us. That is absolutely wrong, sir. Your best win, according to the CFP, is Clemson. Put that in your pipe. All them SEC teams, your best win is Clemson. I don't say that. Look at the CFP rankings. You're lucky we play you. Just remember that.
I can make a point for Texas A&M. Isn't Mizzou ranked ahead of you now?
No, we're ahead of Mizzou.
By what? Somebody's 1 point ahead of the other.
No, I think one or two. I can't remember. But Clemson is the toughest game on your schedule, as I said it would be. That you would get a win. That would be the Clemson football team. That's your best win on the season. So, according to the CFP, I didn't make the rankings. They did. We shouldn't play you. We do nothing to help you.
Gumpman72 says A&M isn't very good. Neither are you. A&M beat Oklahoma. Well, no, they didn't play them. A&M beat Vandy. Never mind, they didn't play them. I think they probably would have beat them, though. Think they would have beat Vandy, Rob? Probably.
I think, A&M would have beat Vanderbilt, I think.
I think anybody with a pulse would have beaten Vandy.
Except for Alabama, who can't step foot in the state of Tennessee.
Tiger read that Mizzou was 19. What's Clemson?
Clemson is 17. So anyway, look, I want to try to give old Peckerhead a comment here. SMU dominated the ACC with a group of 5, and that's fine. That's your opinion, sir. But your opinion doesn't mean shit. The CFP and their opinion is what means everything. And they basically said, fuck South Carolina. You're not worthy to be here. Okay? Your best win is Clemson. I'm sorry. If you have problems with that, you can send me hate tweets and I'll laugh at them at Rob Sounds Good. But you should send them to @CFP because they're the ones who said your best win is Clemson, not me. I didn't do that. Because even if I did it, you wouldn't believe it. But people that make football decisions said point blank, all this bullshit you talk about, oh, we play a tough schedule.
Well, yeah, you're sitting here beating your chest about it. You lost.
We did lose.
So, okay, it's the best win. You still lost.
It's your bet. But the thing is, that is your best win. And it reinforces my point.
We won it. So, great.
It reinforces my point that we shouldn't play you motherfuckers anymore. It reinforces my point.
Okay, you snuck in. Okay, all right, whatever.
It does for us. It does.
You snuck in by virtue of, well, thank Texas A&M for losing to Texas. Because otherwise, it wouldn't be. So.
This whole season has to play out, Jackpot. What do you mean by that?
Well, right now, it wouldn't be the best win if Texas A&M had beat Texas.
Well, I mean, hey, if I were 7 foot tall, I'd be in the NBA. We could just talk about all kinds of things there would, but the facts come back to the CFP says your best win was Clemson.
Well, who's your best win?
I don't know. We have more games to play that actually mean something. Y'all are going to play in opt-out bowls against teams that are a shell of themselves. So I don't really know what
when you lose this game on Saturday, then I guess you'll be in an opt-out bowl too?
Well, if we lose Saturday, we'll be in an opt-out bowl. Are you going to
be in the Cheez-It Bowl again?
Probably the Pop-Tart Bowl. Probably the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Okay. That sounds cool.
So, yeah. So anyway, let's pick games, Jackpot. You want to pick games?
Yep.
Let's see what we got here.
Rob has the SEC bias says that Duke's Mayo is calling. You think y'all like it there? 2 games in a row in Bank of America?
Until we actually get there, I'm not going to acknowledge fuckos.
Duke's Mayo Bowl against Maryland or somebody?
Yeah, put it back on the tree. Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. All of you motherfuckers over here, y'all are going to be watching and cheering against Clemson, and you're going to get kicked in the face again. It's going to be great.
Then it's no different than any other weekend.
No, it's not. Let's see here.
I think you really secretly wanted the Gamecock fans to be pulling for you, and now that there's no reason we're not going to. So that's probably what's going to help will SMU to a victory. That and their 1,200-yard running back.
Hey, we want the CFP to put us in. Even your own fucking football program put out reasons South Carolina should be in the CFP. None of them were worth a fuck. None of them mentioned that Ole Miss and Alabama beat you head-to-head, and you had no business being ranked above them. None of them remembered that, but hey, let's not.
So I guess Vanderbilt should Vanderbilt be ranked above Alabama since they beat them?
How many losses does Vanderbilt have?
Doesn't matter. Got 6.
How many losses do they have? They have 6 losses. Okay,
they got 6. And one of them's not 2. Alabama.
9 wins.
One of them is 2. South Carolina.
6 wins. Jackpot, you're a better person than this. Come on. First game we've got.
I'm asking a question. Seriously. I mean, shouldn't they be ranked above Alabama since I beat them?
No, Jackpot. They don't have the same amount of wins. If they had 9 wins.
Yeah, one of their wins is against Alabama, so they should be ranked.
If they had 9 wins, Jackpot, and Alabama had 9 wins, then they should be ranked ahead of Alabama because they beat Alabama. I can't believe I have to explain this.
What about Oklahoma? Shouldn't we? I mean,
did Oklahoma have 9 wins? They're not relevant. They didn't win 9 games. Sorry, just the way that it works out. You have to win the 9 games to start talking about what's the head-to-head? That's what matters. Oh, well, didn't work out so well. All right, the first one is
the head-to-head in South Carolina and Clemson.
South Carolina doesn't play in the ACC. They got pissed off because North Carolina fucked them over in the 70s, and they left like a bunch of bitch-made bitches. We can go into history if you want. The Big 12 championship, Arizona State is a 2-point favorite. I'm rolling with their running back because I don't trust Iowa State. It's going to be Arizona State -2.
Yeah, they're on a roll right now, and they're in their conference championship game. They're getting to play some more meaningful football, so I think they win also.
All right, enough barbing. Do you think that Arizona State at 10-2, they have one win over a ranked team, that would be BYU? Do you think that they should be moved up and be higher ranked than what they are, Jackpot?
No, not right now.
Not right now. Okay.
Not unless they win. I mean, if they win, the only way they should be in is if they win their conference championship with no more ranked wins than that.
I think they should be ranked higher than Miami because they're behind Miami right now. I think they should be ranked higher than Miami. Yep.
Maybe.
The MAC championship, Ohio is a 2-point dog to Miami of Ohio. How much MACtion are you watching this year, Jackpot?
I have not. I've been kind of derelict in my MACtion duties. Who's the underdog there?
Ohio.
Hey, I'm taking Ohio.
I'll roll with Miami of Ohio. I've seen them play once. They were pretty good. The SEC championship, Georgia is a 2.5-point dog to Texas. You know, Georgia's already beat Texas on the road, right?
Uh-huh.
I know that Carson Beck has been inadequate at best, is the kind of the way to look at it. But Kirby Smart wins a lot of games, and they always seem to gut something out. I'm going to take Georgia and get the 2.5.
Yeah, it's hard to see them losing the SEC championship game 2 years in a row, especially basically at home. So, give me Georgia. I think they win this one too.
The Sun Belt Fun Belt Championship, Louisiana is a 6-point favorite over Marshall. I think Louisiana's already beaten them once this season, Jackpot. I'd have to look that up. But Louisiana's playing really, really tough right now, so I'm going to go with the Raging Cajuns.
What is Marshall's record?
I've got it right here. Hold on a second. Let's see here. Marshall. Why is my other monitor not working? Let's see here. I've got it right here. I think Marshall's like 8-4. I think. Looking it up right now. Let's see here. Marshall. I'll have it in just a second. Where is it?
Hey, day now. You can find it.
Hey, day now. Who sings that? I can't remember. Now you got me thinking about that. Marshall's 9-3 on the season, Jackpot. Yeah, 9-3 for Marshall. Their losses, they lost by 17 to Virginia Tech, by 35 to Ohio State.
Yeah.
They lost by a point to Georgia Southern. So
I think I'm going to roll with Marshall, man. It sounds like they're playing some pretty good football.
Yeah. All right, so we split on that one. The next one is the Big Ten Championship, where Penn State, Jackpot's third favorite team. Is that fair, Jackpot?
Yeah, second, third.
I'm not mocking you. I've seen you sport the Penn State gear. They're getting 4 points with Oregon. Oregon is a machine.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm going to take Oregon -4.
Well, Oregon might be a machine, but they haven't faced anyone as tough as James Franklin's bunch. That defense is going to do the number on them. So I'm taking Penn State. Defensively, I think Penn State will be able to neutralize them some. Get after Dylan Gabriel a little bit, make him uncomfortable in the pocket. That should be a good game. Give Penn State cover.
The next matchup is the ACC Championship game. I'm taking Clemson to win. The line in our challenge is Clemson -1. Which way you rolling there, Jackpot?
I'm taking SMU.
SMU has one loss on the season. They lost 18-15 to BYU. They have put up some numbers, Jackpot. They put up 66 points on TCU.
So they lost by 3 points. They lost the game by 3 points too. Was it at home?
It was Yes, at home to BYU.
So that you Clemson and SMU, y'all got something in common. You both lost by 3 points at home.
That's true. SMU has some impressive wins, and they have some games that were close.
BYU should really be ranked in front of them, though, right? So the head-to-head.
What's BYU's record?
I don't know.
Okay, well, let's
the head-to-head dictates they need to be ranked ahead of them.
Yeah. So no, let's see here. BYU is 10-2. SMU is 11-1. So the head-to-head tiebreaker doesn't work there. I have to explain all of these to you guys. So anyway, SMU does have some close losses or close wins on the year. That Nevada gave them hell the first game of the season. They also had one other game that was really close too. Like Duke. Louisville had issues. Yeah, Duke, they won like 28-27. And the Louisville game, they struggled with them there. So
that was a road game. I mean, down the stretch, though, they were beating the hell out of teams. Pitt, Virginia, somebody else. At Boston College, they played at home, and that was kind of a closer game. I think they only won by like 10. But they were rolling. Florida State, they rolled over Stanford. They rolled over them. Cal, they beat them like 38-6 in their last game.
They had some games where they stretched it out, but I still think Clemson gets them.
Deep dick, some of them, yeah. I mean, what's Clemson? What's Clemson going to do that going to give them an advantage over this bunch?
Well, teams that can throw the ball a little bit have given them some problems, and I think Clemson's going to throw the ball. They'll throw a lot of slants and stuff like that. I think they'll have a lot of stuff that'll go right in the middle of the field, try to slow them up a little bit, and keep that Russian attack off the field. Because you're right, they can run the football.
They run the football, and you guys are not good at stopping the run. Can their quarterback run? Because if he can, we know that's an issue.
They've changed quarterbacks at one point this season. They've been going back and forth with guys.
You didn't answer my question. Can he run?
It depends on which quarterback is in there, Jackpot.
Okay, because the one that started the season off, Preston Stone, they replaced him with this Jennings kid.
Yeah.
And I thought Preston Stone was supposed to be really good, but apparently he was garbage, and he got benched.
So, Kevin Jennings has rushed for 344 yards on the season.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's their quarterback.
Can we talk about this Ohio State thing for a minute?
What you got on Ohio State?
What's the deal? Have you heard about the rumblings that Urban Meyer may possibly come back? From all I understand, this rumor actually has some teeth to it.
Well, I don't know. That's a good question. Let's. What was I'll read this from On3. Former ESPN Post believes that Urban Meyer could replace Ryan Day at Ohio State. Jay Crawford made some comments. Of the three people that I talked to, two of them with some degree of certainty said yes, he would come back. And yes, they would ask him back because those are the questions I asked, Crawford said. Here's the crazy thing, Jackpot. Ryan Day is 66-10 at Ohio State. And fuck you, we want to fire you. That's some crazy shit. Can you imagine going 66-10?
Yeah, it seems crazy. I mean, look, they finished up 10-1. Or 10-2, right? They played Oregon on the road, which is the number one team in the country, had a back and forth battle, like an epic battle with these two. They lost by a point. And then they basically didn't have another game where they played poorly. They played well in all their other games. The one game that they play like shit, which everybody does every year, just happens to be against the wrong team.
Yeah.
firing him seems a bit much. And then the thing with Urban Meyer is, I mean, didn't he? I mean, when he left, I mean, wasn't there some sour grapes there? That I mean,
there was sour grapes, but let's not forget why he lost the Jacksonville job, where he was basically like sexing up a waitress or some shit. I mean, it wasn't the best thing to,
Yeah, it was team lost, and instead of being on the team plane or something and flying back to Jacksonville, he went to Columbus and was hanging out in the bar partying with college kids.
Some ridiculous thing,
like some girl's crack or something.
Yeah, I mean he left him on pretty bad terms, but
because he left Ohio State like the season like immediately after like the whole Zach Smith thing, and there were reasons why he almost kind of got pushed out, didn't he?
Pretty at Ohio State, yeah, I think so. You never know what's going on behind the scenes there, but there was like, what was the stuff with the coach, the other coach that had like the sex stuff sent to his office and all that. There was some of that too.
That was Zach Smith, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Zach Smith. Yeah,
he was the one that got the sex toys sent to the office.
Yeah.
Jeez, what a cuck.
Yeah. There's the line of the show. Jeez, what a cuck.
So I mean, I'm guessing he was planning on using them on his girlfriend, and he was married. What at the time? So I mean, you can't get them delivered to the house, so. Hell, they got those damn Amazon lockers, so I guess maybe they didn't have those then. Maybe that wasn't a thing.
He doesn't have time for that. He's got to do bed check for fucking make sure everybody's where they're supposed to be. He doesn't have time for. Look, whore. I had the stuff sent to the office, whore. Go get the lubes and the zip mask, and we'll fucking deal with this shit in a minute. I got to go make sure these kids are squared away, and then we'll come back and I'll do what I need to do to you, and then you can take your ass on. I got to get hold of my wife.
Well, apparently, like they had a players only meeting there, but he was included but Brian Day was in the players only meeting, and they're not happy. I don't know. It sounds like, from what I understand, the way that the playoff brackets are looking, it's looking like, unless something happens with the Georgia-Texas game that kind of shifts something around as far as rankings, it looks like they're probably going to end up playing Tennessee at home. And they've got so many problems, so much upheaval. I can just see it right now. It's fucking setting up. Those fucking turds are going to go up there and beat them and think that they've already won the goddamn national championship. All we're going to hear is Nico, Nico, Nico. Look at us. Ooh, we beat Ohio State. I can see it right now. I can see the writing is on the wall.
Yep.
I almost feel like the writing is on the wall for Clemson to win the damn ACC too and be in the fucking playoffs. You talk about something that's going to stoke a damn rivalry.
So anyway, well, look, that was going to be one of my questions. Actually, one of the questions.
Clemson would get a first round bye too, wouldn't they?
Yep, they would probably get a first round bye. And
rank like number 17, and you get a fucking first round bye. Jesus Christ! Talk about luck.
Would that make you mad, Jackpot?
Yeah, talk about luck. I mean, that is fucking horseshoe level 50.
Well, let me ask you this: if the situation were reversed and South Carolina were in the same position, would you feel the same way? Would you be like, you know what? Fuck it, we lost that game, but we're going to the playoffs. Fuck you.
What would I be happy in the situation? Well, I'd be like, well,
would you be okay? We lost that game, but more happy with the team because hey, we're going to make the playoffs.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'd kind of feel like dirty.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I don't think that Clemson is very good, and I've said that for a while now. But if they win one game,
I tend to agree with you.
Then they win one game on Saturday night, where Las Vegas says it's pretty much a 50-50 coin flip. they win that game on Saturday night, they have won their conference. They've won 10 games, and they are in the college football playoff. That's not a bad season. It's not.
I don't know.
So,
yeah, they're not. I don't know what the deal is with the Taters. They don't seem to be. I mean, not a knock on Dabo, but they don't seem to be extremely well coached. I got some of the shit just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I mean, and I don't know. He may have been injured or something. I don't think he was though, because from what I hear, like Sammy Brown didn't play the entire fourth quarter the other day.
Yeah, why is that? Yeah, well, there's something else too.
Seems dumb. I don't get it. I mean, they're playing a hurt running back all like the second half of the season instead of. I mean, why would you not? You got this other young man. I mean, why not cultivate him to take over the spot so you can rest Maffa and get him better? I mean, instead of continuing to run this old horse out there hurt. This seems crazy for a team that recruits at a high enough level.
Troy Stellato entered the transfer portal.
He's been injured. He's a wide receiver, right?
Wide receiver for Clemson, former 4-star player.
Yeah,
has had an injury-marred career is the best way to put it. But he entered the transfer portal, and he got interviewed by, I can't remember what organization it was, but they asked him about why he left, and he said it was time to move on, and he said he felt disrespected by the coaching staff there. Now, 21-year-old kids, they may feel different about things, etc. I don't wish ill will on him at all, but it makes you wonder what's going on behind closed doors.
They said he felt disrespected by the coaching staff.
Yep, he felt disrespected by the coaching staff and his role that's there.
Huh.
So, yeah.
I hadn't heard his name in a while.
He had one. I mean, he didn't have the best career. Let's leave it at that. So,
yeah. What's up, Hoghead? David Green says Miami and Clemson in the playoffs is like humping an 80-year-old virgin. Huh? I don't understand. I don't get it, but it's funny.
All right, let's bring here's the link if you guys want to join the show.
South Carolina had a few enter the portal. I mean, it's nobody of note. That Tyshawn Russell, that wide receiver, he caught, if I'm not mistaken, I think he caught the first touchdown pass Lenora Sellers ever threw last year in the Furman game. And, he didn't catch a ball at all this year. Didn't even play at all. Weird.
Tiger Red Devil joins the show. Hello.
Hey, jackpot. What did we talk about? Carolina got screwed. I wasn't thinking 14th. I was thinking 13th, and for them to have a decent shot to make the playoff. But
I don't understand how I don't understand how you're 15th and you beat the number 12 team on the road and you only move up one spot. The Ole Miss moves up 2 spots for beating a team that won 0 SEC games at home and struggled.
It tells you that the head-to-head means something. If you have 9 and 3 teams all from the same conference, in the eyes of the committee, the head-to-head means something. That's what that's supposed to be.
That's true. I also think the jersey means something too. I don't think Alabama at number 11, in my opinion, is a disgrace. Ohio State only fell 3 spots? 2 spots, 4 spots.
Yeah, they went 4 spots. It's 4.
7 and 5 Michigan team. I mean, I don't know. I don't think Carolina's going to get in now. I mean, I still think they do have a outside chance, but
I think Alabama has the worst losses of the 3 SEC teams. We can agree on that, right?
Well, here's the deal. Alabama lost at Vanderbilt and at Oklahoma. Carolina won at Vanderbilt and Oklahoma.
Yep.
But South Carolina's losses ended up being what? They lost
LSU,
to LSU,
Ole Miss, and Alabama.
LSU, Ole Miss, and Alabama. So Ole Miss falling down the stretch kind of hurt you guys.
Yeah, it did.
And Alabama losing to Oklahoma hurt you guys.
Yeah,
we can agree on that, right?
Yeah, I also called up.
When you talk head to head, South Carolina losing to Alabama. I mean, they don't. I mean, I don't know. It seems like they could take into context that South Carolina was a 21-point underdog and lost by 2 on the road.
I don't think they care about that.
I'm not saying change it to a win, but
the only bad performance South Carolina had this year, Jackpot, I think, was against Ole Miss. I think the LSU and Alabama game. LSU, I do think there was a level of the refs helping LSU, and Alabama was just bad luck.
Yeah, but I don't think they care about any of that. I think it comes down to, look, this team is 9-3. We have 3 9-3 SEC teams. Okay, let's look at head-to-heads. Okay, South Carolina lost to both of them. Thank you, we're moving on. I think that's what it came down to. I really do. So the head-to-head means something. I mean, that's kind of the way it looks there with the committee. So
yeah, and it would be Clemson-like to beat SMU, but I agree with you, Rob. I think whoever we play in the playoffs, I think we're going to get mouth bumped. I just don't think we don't have a playoff team. Nowhere near it.
We don't have the depth, and I think our defensive coordinator is probably going to be looking for a job at the end of the season. Lack of depth.
But I'm every offseason, I think Dabo is going to use the portal and make all these changes. I mean, he hired a good one in Matt Luke, but is he gonna fire somebody and hire within? I mean, it's like this has been a building process.
There's nobody else to fucking hire from within, sir. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna on the defensive side, what's he gonna do?
I don't know.
He's got to go and get a good defensive coordinator, and I like Wes Goodwin, but I'd be stunned if he got to keep his job.
Well, I think Wes Goodwin's decent. We got used to Brent Venables, and that kind of spoiled us a little bit.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Jackpot. I think you guys, you shouldn't be 14th. That's all I'm going to say. You shouldn't be 14th.
Yeah, I don't think so either, but hey, it is what it is. Hey, I mean, it's just fuel for the fire for next year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
you can say wait till next year. That's what y'all always say. But no, I mean, they got a talented roster coming back next year. They're going to play the same teams essentially next year, just at different sites. I mean, it's like
you also
do it again next year. Run it back one more time, and
you guys also had a pretty good recruiting day today too. You flipped I think the #1 junior college player in the country.
Yeah, that kid was committed here one time, and then he was committed to Mississippi State, and South Carolina flipped him, and then they flipped another one that was from Columbia. So
I thought his name sounded familiar, and yeah, he was committed to you guys at one time. But I just thought I'd come on here and say I think it's screwed up. Do I really want him to go to the playoffs? Of course I don't, but I call it like it is. I think if you're good enough to be in the playoffs, you should get a shot no matter who you are. So.
See, this here is stand up. I mean, he can put the rivalry aside and
fuck off, Jackpot. You want Clemson to lose on Saturday? Don't even
Jackpot, I did hear you. It was with Brian Breese. I was impressed when his sister passed away. You were pulling for Clemson that day. So you have your moments.
Right. Yep, I did. That was sad. That got me in my feelings. I mean, it was that was just really sad.
Yeah, it was.
If we way out here says Jackpot, if the Gamecocks were actually good, they would make the playoffs. The Gamecocks suck. They always have accepted. Sir.
Okay.
They're a 9-3 team. They're a pretty good team.
I wonder who his team is. Probably Clemson.
No, he doesn't have a team. He likes to troll me. It's fine.
Oh,
we have a special relationship there.
It's Gamecock Chuck's birthday, I think, yesterday. I think if I'm
right. Happy belated birthday, Chuck.
I think I'm right about that.
Happy birthday, Chuck. I don't know you, but happy birthday.
problem next year is that there will not be a new committee, and so if so, who knows what their criteria is for making the playoffs? Sir, if you're South Carolina, you got to be thinking you're not going to have the same defense next year. So you're not going to have the same guys on defense next year. That's what I would be more worried about.
Yeah, Jack. How many?
You could get over, the LSU game and do enough there to correct that with the defense that you have. You may not have all those guys.
But you got to think they keep on progressing with the offensive line like they have this year. If they didn't get him some help at receiver, so they need to get some receivers who can run some routes and catch some shit. If they do that, he's going to be freaking dangerous.
Yeah,
he's already dangerous, but more dangerous.
Yeah, he's going to be good.
That interception, the last interception he threw there when we were driving, that was on Nicholas Harbor. I mean, he didn't run that route. I mean, he didn't come back across. Was it Barnes who intercepted that? He didn't come back across him there. Sellers put the ball in the right spot. He just,
Do you think Nicholas Harbor is going to transfer, Jackpot? I mean, he hasn't really panned out for you guys. He's had his moments, but he had a lot of hype coming to Columbia.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he could. I mean, he's not a receiver. He didn't play receiver in high school. He played defensive end mostly. Now I think he played some tight end. So I've had to teach him the position, and he seems to be somewhat getting it now. But it's there's still some stuff he doesn't understand, I think, about playing wide receiver.
Yeah. Well, all right, guys. I just wanted to say hey, and I guess we'll know the final playoff. I guess Sunday afternoon or whatever. So,
the thing is that, and that too, this guy, this Ward Manuel or whatever his name is, this college football committee. What is he, Rob? Like the talking head of the committee?
He's the one that was rolled out yesterday to speak. So,
yeah, I mean, they were talking about the teams that aren't in the conference championship games. That all that is pretty much set. They don't have any more data points or something. Is that what they?
Basically, he's saying that none of these. If you're not playing, you're not going to move. Is what it boils down to.
Yeah, well, I mean, what an asinine way. I mean, way to kill the ratings for your playoff show on ESPN on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
I mean, that didn't make any sense.
I'll still watch it. I hope Clemson wins. Go Tigers, and you guys have a good evening.
You too.
All right, sir. Let's welcome in Biscuit to the show as he's doing his yoga. Welcome in, Biscuit.
How are my favorite D-level celebrities in South Carolina?
We're more on the Q level, but we aspire to get to
deserve.
You guys are being too nice. We missed all the piss and vinegar early. You guys had us off the air, apparently. We missed most
I just didn't hit the button. Basically, to put it in a nutshell,
why is over here running his fucking mouth and talking about all the SEC homers? And I'm like, where are the SEC homers at? I mean, I don't ever find myself pulling for Texas. Or I don't find myself pulling.
Oh my God, Jackpot! Open your fucking Twitter feed, and you'll see. Well, I have to root for Georgia because my team's not playing, but Georgia's got that SEC sticker. It is a stupid way to fan. I don't give a fuck.
I've literally not seen anybody doing that, but
that's because you don't read.
I'll take the word for it that they do.
I'll tell you what. I'll start posting them on our Facebook page. All the SEC lower back tattoo people, I'll start posting them on the Facebook page.
Yeah. So, hey, you guys were talking earlier about Urban Meyer coming back. Do you feel like it's almost like they wouldn't get the same or the correct version of him coming back, almost like they buried him in the pet cemetery and they got back some sort of evil hybrid thing? Like, I think over time, coaches lose it a little bit. You've seen it with other coaches. I don't know if that would be the greatest thing that they could do.
I don't know. I think he It's so weird because if you can win games, you're going to end up coaching somewhere. Like Bobby Petrino was literally fucking a volleyball player. And literally, that's what he was doing. And he left, and like now he's coaching it. He left the Atlanta Falcons with a Dear John note. Didn't even address the team, just fuck it, I'm out. And he still gets to coach somewhere. It's amazing to me.
Why would they want that flake back, man?
I can maybe possibly understand because they do have a.
He can call plays. He's got an offensive mind, in theory.
No, he's a great coach. But all the talk about the playoff teams that we're talking about, obviously SMU and Alabama and Clemson and South Carolina and Ole Miss. Why are people around the country wasting their breath on Miami? Miami should be ranked behind South Carolina, Ole Miss, and I would even argue Arizona State.
Arizona State has a win over a team in the CFP rankings. Miami does not.
Do you know? Okay, so do you know there's 68 Power 4 teams, right? So 68 of them. Right. I guess 69 with Notre Dame if you want to count them, but so 68. Do you know what Miami's average opponent ranking is?
49.
67.
Oh God!
Now it depends on how you look at it because they played Florida A&M, which isn't, if you count Florida A&M, it's like 130. If you don't count them at all, it's like 61. How do you play in a Power 4 conference and play an average team that would be absolutely at the bottom of the Power 4? Average. I wouldn't put them in the playoffs if they were 11-1.
Yeah, even their ACC schedule was weak.
Like so they went the toughest opponent they had ranked.
To be fair, they can't help that the way they're scheduled checked out in the ACC.
Well, how many ACC teams they struggled with a lot of them too.
But they also can't help that they scheduled Florida in the non-conference and they went into Florida and Florida was a shit show at the time.
That's probably their best win.
That is their best win.
Well, probably over. Yeah, I would say that was their toughest opponent. The highest rated opponent I think they've played is
Syracuse.
It was either Louisville or Syracuse is ranked like 28 or something like that. I can't remember. I saw on that like in a ranking of the top 130. It's not like the playoff poll, but because they don't.
Did you see? Hey, Biscuit, the ACC commissioner. What's his name? Jim Phillips or something. He made a statement about that. He was extremely pissed off that. That Miami was left out.
He needs to shut the fuck up and start worrying about
that. This guy, he quote tweet and that he was upset. He listed off their accomplishments. He said they did have a quality loss Saturday against a 9-3 Syracuse team and blah blah. I'm like, you're flexing a loss to the fruit to knock you out of the conference championship game. Get the fuck out of here.
Rob, get him on the show. I'd like to talk to him.
I'll have a debate of the conference.
Well, I think when you make comments like that, it just makes you look silly.
I mean, he's defending his conference, so I mean, you can understand that it's his business.
Here's the thing, though. None of that shit matters until the final rankings are out on Sunday. If you want to say something on Sunday. That's when you should say something.
Yeah.
But saying it now is just fuck off.
Well, I think
no one gives a shit.
It does have an impact when you say it before because all of a sudden, see, Miami was an afterthought when they were put out because everyone thought they were going to be. Then all of a sudden, Cristobal went on the air and was saying some stuff, and suddenly the talk became between all of the national pundits started putting out articles about Alabama versus Miami, and I have no idea why. Miami has played. Like their top 4 games are ranked between 28th and 35th in the country, and they're 2-2 in those games. 2-2. If you're 2-2 against the upper middle of the Power 5, what does that make you? You're average. You're slightly above average. With any other schedule, they would have been eliminated a long time ago.
Right, and I give you that, but I also have this whole thing of if I'm on the committee. I would lean on a couple of things. One of them is how many wins do you have against teams that are ranked in the poll right now? And I think when Miami goes and they don't have any.
Nope.
They don't have any. Now, on the other hand, I don't like I don't like the fact that your conference championship winner is going to go in. Clemson doesn't belong in this set. I want the best 12 teams there. Okay? I'm not going to get the best 12 teams there. But I'd love to have the best 12 teams there, but I'm not going to get it. It's going to be watered down with a 9-3 Clemson team that's not very good.
To be fair with you, I've always said that too. I want the top 12 ranked teams. I thought you were a conference champion proponent. I thought that's what you had said in the past.
No, I'm not, because it ends up watering it down. If I did,
I seem to recall us having a debate where you told me that you think the conference champions should be in.
Well, but the more and more that I think about it, I don't want it watered down, especially with the group of 5 thing. Really bothers me, because none of those teams, they don't have a chance to be up in there. You're not going to be a UMBC every year like you have in hoops. It's just not going to matter.
I agree that they should rank the top 12. They should stop with the conference affiliations, and especially, the conference championship buys is absolutely ridiculous.
I'm also in the camp of I don't like the idea of the buys and the way those are set up, and the home field advantage thing. That's I don't like any of that either. I'd rather them all be at neutral sites, I guess.
But here's the thing: you keep saying Clemson doesn't belong in. So when
they don't,
so they're in a pack of about 4 or 5 teams that you can make the argument that you can make the argument between 11 and 15. If they beat SMU on Saturday, they'll be 10-3. I don't see how they're just far and away. They shouldn't be. I mean,
they're far and away. They shouldn't be there, and I'll tell you why. All right, they lost to South Carolina.
Okay.
They lost their if they beat SMU to be their first win against a team that is in the CFP top 25. It's not enough. Not enough.
To be fair, I wouldn't have them in even if we were ranking just the top 12 slate and just putting the top 12 in. I agree with you. That's not the game we're playing today. That's just the way it is. If we were playing
30 teams, I wouldn't have Clemson in the playoff right now.
You wouldn't put them in the top 30?
Mm-mm.
See, you're being good. See, I don't like this now, Rob, because you're being completely disingenuous.
I don't.
You're being completely disingenuous.
I'm being
they don't belong in the top 30. It's like a defense mechanism. It's a defense mechanism to keep people from attacking you.
It's not a defense mechanism.
It absolutely is. They're not in the top 30.
I stand here and I let dumb fuck Peckerhead run his mouth.
It's a defense mechanism that you can use when they lose.
We're the worst. It's like the guy that walks in, we're the worst. I'm the worst.
That's not what it is.
Congratulations on beating the worst Oklahoma team in 25 years.
Whatever you guys want to put together, I don't care.
Missouri, man.
They're not in the top 30. Stop.
I don't think they should be in the top 30. I don't put 30 teams ahead of them.
Really?
30 teams ahead of them with their resume, yeah.
So you think so? You know what the top 30 is like? I mean, you're talking about what do we have?
So
let's look at the rankings.
From the SEC, we could have what? Georgia, Texas, Alabama, South Carolina, Ole Miss, Missouri. That's 6 right there.
So you're not better than K-State or Tulane.
I don't know about Tulane.
Duke, you're not better
than Duke. We're kind of at a Tulane level this year. We're about right there. Just saying, we're not that good. We're not that good. When you lose to South Carolina,
2.5 point underdog away from being the ACC champion.
Now, Clemson can't beat Tulane. You might need to get rid of that defensive coordinator.
Best conference in the country or anything, but
we're just
that's ridiculous. You're not in the top 30.
We're just not that good.
Defense mechanism.
It's not defense mechanism. It's how I feel.
It absolutely is. No, it absolutely is. You've been playing it all week with him. You beat us, but we're not good anymore. We're not good.
Said at the beginning of the season, we're not that fucking good.
Here's the problem: is that people in this country, what they do is they equate good to like being in the top 4. That's good now, and then everything else sucks. You're not a top 4 team, but you're certainly Clemson's a top 15, 16 team. Absolutely.
All right, but we'll put them there. Top 16. Fair enough. I don't feel that way about them. Maybe it's just because I'm just done with them with the way that they played in a couple of games this season. They have no excuse for the Louisville game. And when you lose to South Carolina, to me, that's like losing to Vanderbilt or losing to Kentucky. I know Gamecock fans get really
pissed off. You just showed your hand there. You just showed your hand right there.
What are you talking about? I'm telling you.
You just downplayed the team. You just 5 minutes ago you said South Carolina's a good team to somebody, and then you said
are a good team. They are a good team.
So you're an outside the top 30
team.
You're not letting me
finish.
Go ahead.
You're not letting me finish. Okay. In my mind, the way that I feel is that if we lose to South Carolina, we're not a playoff team. We're not.
Why?
That's how I feel.
So if you were 11-1 and lost to South Carolina, you're not a playoff team.
With the schedule that we played, probably not. Probably not.
Stop.
I mean, our best win then would be Georgia, I guess. Maybe we'd be a playoff team with that team. I don't know.
Remember when the political parties 8 years ago used to go flip, flop, that stupid thing, when the Democrats and Republicans were talking about politicians flipping and flopping back and forth on their decisions. That's what you're doing right now. Flip, flop.
I said at the beginning.
You were a conference champion proponent a year ago. You were. We talked about this before because we had debates about the SEC and the ACC and whether teams whether schedules
You didn't
matter.
want to hear my argument.
Then we had a discussion recently about Georgia and Georgia Tech, and you told me, well, you only beat Tech by 2, but I thought it was only wins and losses mattered. So we went back and forth, flip, flop.
Hold on, when did I even say
and then
that? I don't even remember saying that.
We just talked about it like last week.
I don't remember.
Last time I was on, I don't even remember. Maybe 2 times.
I don't remember either. I don't remember.
You're
I
a
just
top
don't think we're that
15
good.
team. Enjoy. You slipped in, and if you win, you've got a ticket. You got a ticket to the big dance, and you have a chance to do anything. Why is this so different than basketball? If Clemson made the tournament in basketball as an 8th and 9th seed, you're not going to be in there pulling for them. Why not? They have a chance. Who freaking knows what will happen, man? You get the right matchup, you could be in the semifinals. Who knows?
Yeah, that's right. Maybe we'll see.
I don't think it's disingenuous. I think you're being disingenuous.
Well, I don't think that you have a right to dictate what my feelings are, sir. You don't know how I feel. I've told you how I feel.
I'm not. Well, it's not purely based on your feelings. It's based on conversations over the past couple of weeks and the pattern I see that's up and down, up and down.
Well, if you go back to the first week of the season, I said I don't think Clemson's going to be that good.
I told you Clemson was going to win the ACC,
and they still might, but they may not.
And I even said that before, even when Miami was hot and everybody was breathing down their necks about how great they were and that they were going to go to the national championship.
Well, I think you and I agreed upon that Miami sucks asshole.
Yes, they do.
So there you go. We found something we agree on.
All right, cool. So, hey, let's see if we agree on this. So there's been a lot of talk about games that are rematched, right? So Georgia replayed Alabama a couple of years ago, and then they split, right?
Hold on just a second. I have to help a dumb fuck here. You also said Clemson and Georgia was going to be a 7-point game. I said Georgia would cover the fucking spread, you fucking cunt. Listen to what I say. Don't make up, you fucking shithead fuck. I said Georgia would cover the fucking spread. Making up shit. That's why I hate you, Gamecock fans. You're fucking stupid. You just make up your own fucking narrative. It's bullshit. Die in a fire. Asshole.
So I was thinking about. So I've always been
to calm down a little bit.
A person that believes when two good teams, 50-50 games, right? Georgia, Texas, Georgia, Alabama, whatever. When they replay each other, it's a 50-50 game. So a lot of times the reason the other team wins the second time is just because it's 50-50. One wins the other. That's the highest percentage thing that would happen, right? But I started thinking about it, and I was wondering what you guys thought about this. It seems to me that the team that lost would sort of have at least some sort of an advantage, and the reason, if they're close, I'm not talking about big disparity, but close. And the reason why is the team that won wants to do the same thing and push across the same game plan that they did before, right? So they're kind of a standing target, whereas the losing team needs to change their game plan, introduce something new, do some different things. So they're the moving target. So they're actually being proactive, whereas the team that won is being reactive to what happens, right? What are your thoughts? I know that's deep, but what are your thoughts on that?
I'm trying to chew all that up and put it in my head there for a second, Biscuit. What you're saying does make sense. I'll give you that. I'm trying to.
Well, I mean, all I'm saying is that basically I probably made it sound complicated, but really, so if you win the game, you want to go in and you want to employ the same game plan that helped you win last game, right? So if you ran the ball really well, you're going to go in there and you're going to try to cram the ball down their throat. Whereas a team that's lost wants to change things, and so they're going to alter their game plan, which means when the team that won the first game goes into the game, they're going to have to change their game plan to adjust to what the other team did versus this team.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Follow what I'm saying? So it's sort of like the winning team's a stationary
like the Georgia-Texas game is kind of what you're thinking about, and
right.
Texas may do something different in this game to, I guess, try to get over on Georgia is where you're going.
Right. They try to challenge them deep early in this game, or do something else,
Or they look at the tape and they're like, "Man, my God, why didn't we do this? The left side of the field was always open. Why didn't we throw the ball there?" In theory.
Yeah,
right, something like that. Yeah, yeah, I'm with you.
Well, I mean, the main thing there is that the team that won the first game is actually having to is actually being reactive in
they're on the defensive,
proactive and bringing. So, thought that might be a slight advantage, but I don't know. That was really long-winded.
You think you should just go away from what you're good at?
Yeah, it is an advantage when you got two teams that, I mean, let's just face it, they're pretty evenly matched,
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of times it's just 50-50. Two good teams play each other. It's 50-50. One's going to win one. One's going to win the other. It's the way
we've already played one time. The other team won. I mean, it wouldn't apply if Georgia was, it was Georgia and Vanderbilt or something. I mean,
God dang,
Georgia's going to win 10 out of 10.
Where if Georgia loses this game, they might be playing them a third time if they win the first round in the playoff.
See, I hope that the committee sets it up where if we're going to have a rematch, it should be for the championship. I hope when they look at stuff like that, I would hope that they would do that. But.
Well, you can't completely do that for 12 teams. What I do hope they do, though, is if it's close, like the teams that are 7, 8, 9, 10, like Tennessee, Ohio State, Indiana, Georgia, whatever, if two teams from the same conference are going to play each other, if they're that close together, split them up and let let them have out of conference matchups. Yeah. If they're like within one position of each other, it will be good.
Yeah, the more and more I look at it, and it's what's the term? I'm evolving, Biscuit. I want the best 12 teams.
I do too.
That's kind of what I want. I think that's what's best for the sport.
Mm-hmm.
But I could also understand the argument of, look, if we have, and let's just throw these out there, we have 6 teams from the SEC, 2 from the ACC, 2 from the Big 12, and 2 from the Big 10. It's not really good for the spread of college football. That's what the argument will be with a lot of people. And I guess I could kind of see that, but I also could understand fuck those people. If they're not here already, then they missed the boat.
I could totally live with them moving in the 12 or it's 14 or 16 or whatever they end up moving the top team from the group of 5 in no matter what, like having them automatically in there if they get rid of the automatic conference buys.
All right, I have one last thing for you because we were talking about it the other night.
Mm-hmm.
How pissed off do you think Tennessee fans are going to be if they have to go to Ohio State?
Well, we already saw it. One of them was that was what the argument was about. That's what started the argument the other night. And that guy,
it's going to be. It's going to be so fucking great.
I mean, I don't know how you can sit here and go, we're a 9th seed, they're an 8th seed. It's absolutely ridiculous that we get sent home away. If you flipped it, Ohio State fans would be saying the same thing. It's so close. You can't. It's hard to. I do think Ohio State has a slight resume advantage on Tennessee, slight. But I wouldn't be horrified or shocked if Tennessee were the 8 and Ohio State were the 9. I mean, that's probably the best. That would probably be the best first round game of the.
I think I would love to see Tennessee go up there because I think it would just be funny and their fans would lose their fucking shit.
Ohio State fans keep still talking about how snow is going to affect everybody and it's going to be so tough on everybody.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. I think that's
talking about.
Stupid, we'll see. I just think they're going to.
Mizzou and Arkansas played in the snow Saturday and they scored a ton of points.
Yeah. Well, defensively, I was watching, the 49ers game the other night in the snow up in Buffalo, and the defense couldn't get their damn feet on the ground, So the offense was pushing them around because the offense knew where they were going, and the defense, generally they're reactive. And, there were guys that looked like fucking Gumby dolls trying to stop and pivot and everything else. It was kind of interesting.
I think that was the first regular season snow game in the SEC.
Oh, I doubt it.
It's been snowing.
Are you asking the question? Are you saying that?
Yeah, he's asking if that's the first. I don't know.
Oh, I don't think so.
Well, maybe Kentucky played one a few years ago, I think, at Holmes, and it was snowed a little bit. It seemed like.
I know it may have snowed some last time. I remember Stetson Bennett. We had our typical close Kentucky game where we won like 16-6 a couple of years ago.
Yeah, and
I thought it snowed there, and it wasn't on the field. I may be wrong, but I know it was extremely cold. But I thought it snowed before the game started. And
that's interesting. I've just never seen an SEC game with one like that with just a downpour the whole game. That was something to see.
The fact that Big Ten fans think that's like a big blockade for any team to go and play.
You can agree that narrative is out there, and I'm not just the only one that's read that, right? I mean, it's
out there
with them.
Uncle Lou was talking about it the other night. He's been blasting it for about.
Some people said that I've made that up.
He makes better arguments than I do about it. I mean, it's a ridiculous argument. Yeah. I mean, the point he basically makes is that, okay, so what you're saying is then you can't win unless it's snowing because you lose all the time down here. So you have to go back home and it has to snow for you to win. It doesn't make any sense. The reason why those games would be hard for SEC teams to win, and I know why they love that argument, is because if teams travel up there, it's hard to win at those places on the road, right? Because you're playing a true road game against a top 10 team. It's going to be hard. So then as soon as an SEC team loses up there, it's, I told you so. See, you can't win in the cold. I mean,
I don't know. We'll see.
Does that mean they can't win in the heat?
By the time we get together next show, we'll know all this and we'll get to laugh at teams. So
I am mad at you for not picking my wife's alma mater in the pick'ems today.
What's your wife's alma mater?
Ohio University. Big MAC school.
I did. Oh, I did, by the way.
If Miami would schedule them, their strength of schedule would improve.
Oh, shit. Here we go. I didn't know your wife went to Ohio, sir.
Yeah, Ohio University, not OSU. Ohio.
Well, all right, Biscuit, man, we appreciate it, buddy. Thank you for stopping.
I'll talk to you all later.
All right, there you go.
Bye-bye.
Let's go to Rob has an SEC bias, as we'd like to call him, Peckerhead. Peckerhead, welcome to the show.
First and foremost, shouts out to the Ohio Bobcats. I mean, the Biscuit tonight is the last person I'd want to get on their bad side. He was just on a war rampage all night long. I don't know who pissed him off today, but he's been popping off at everybody. Yeah, he was going in on people in the chat.
Biscuit's been battling people in the chat today?
Yeah, he was. I'm telling you, Biscuit.
I didn't get to read any of it.
Something pissed him off today. He was giving people the fucking business. I'm telling you. And I apologize if I sound a little different. I'm a little sick right now. So
you got AIDS?
Come on.
No, it's probably just like a cold or something, stuffy nose. Probably them victory cigars.
So,
but since we won, I decided to bring out the imports, sipping on a Peroni tonight, as you do when you win the state rivalry. And that was another thing. Kale brought it up, but I didn't really hear it addressed. So I want to bring it up one more time, if that's fair. Because all we heard and all we still hear is Beamer's a clown. Dabo's 10 times the coach as Beamer. And
I heard
Dabo's the coach.
At the beginning of this show on Sunday night, and I stomped a verbal mud hole in his ass.
Well, yeah, Dabo's the coach who played an injured running back all game and pulled his best linebacker out in the fourth quarter.
Cool.
He's a national championship winner.
You guys let fucking Juice Wells rub his nuts in your face with an Ole Miss uniform on. Y'all were so worried about letting him fucking score. Oh my God! If he scores in our house, we're gonna lose our fucking mind. And
Juice Wells didn't do anything. The team around him played well. Juice Wells didn't do shit.
Y'all were more worried about Juice Wells than anything else.
Probably true.
So,
well, what did Juice Wells have to do with trying a fake punt from our own 30-yard line at the beginning of the game?
That too.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe that's because your coach is a fucking idiot and ran that play.
Hold up.
What about the stupid?
Didn't your coach do like a double reverse and absolutely shit the game away?
Everything that you say about Dabo Swinney, I will address when your coach has 2 national titles. Or how about a conference title? Do you have a conference title with Shane Beamer?
So
we don't argue. Shut up. We don't argue hardware on the show.
So Clemson's without reproach.
Are y'all gonna get some 9-win rings, jackpot? Y'all gonna get those?
It's Clemson without reproach. You just can't say shit about Clemson.
I will not
sit
here. When you are trying to compare Shane Beamer to Dabo Swinney, yes.
Hey, did we pull Debo Williams out in the fourth quarter? Did we pull Debo Williams out in the fourth quarter?
No.
Did we give up 170 to a quarterback on the ground?
We didn't pull Demetrius Knight out. We pulled him out. Oh, no. Yeah.
Hey, Kale, did we give up 170 to a quarterback on the ground?
Make sure you guys understand. I don't care.
Kale.
I don't care. You can throw whatever
this is for Kale. This ain't for you. I know what you're going to say. Kale.
I don't care.
Did we give up 170 to a quarterback on the ground?
That would be no.
Okay. When's the last time you heard of any college team giving up 164 yards rushing to a quarterback? When's the last time you heard of that?
Well, Clemson did it to the Citadel the week before, but I don't know if it was a quarterback.
Oh, but hold up.
Maybe it was just a regular running back.
No. I was told that wasn't a problem. All the Citadel does is run the ball.
All the Citadel does is run the ball, Kester, so it don't matter.
I will address comments about the Citadel when you haven't lost 2 out of the last 3 to them.
Hey, what was the last game you
You're
lost?
so predictable, I could almost set my watch by you.
Well, I don't do something about it then. Get a coach that's not a shithead. Let's try that.
Did we ever hear who Clemson's best win was? I think we heard, maybe their best win could come next week.
I did tell you. You weren't listening.
No, you said maybe their next win could come next week. That's what you said.
Our season will continue, and we'll tell you what
have
our best win is. I will give you a full thing once we have the season complete, sir.
So what you're saying is maybe we'll get our best win next week.
No, what I'm saying is at the end of the season, I have to slow down for these dumb Gamecock fans.
Go ahead.
Wait until the end of the season, you stupid fuck, and then I'll be happy to tell you. Okay?
Hey, Kale, what did you hear in that answer?
When the season is over, I will be happy to tell you what the best win is.
Kale, what did you hear in that answer? What did that sound like to you?
There we go.
Deflection.
Just for you.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. I mean, if we're honest with ourselves, what has Rob been right about this year?
I've been right that you're a cunt.
Like, what has Rob actually been right about this year?
I don't know. He's taking a lot.
I've been right about a lot, but you don't want to hear it. I said that we'd have chaos at the end of the season with a bunch of 2 and 3 losses.
Carolina would win 6 games.
So
won't win a game in October.
We won't win a game in October. Carolina will win 6 games.
You've won 2 games in October in 2 fucking years, you dum-dums. You act like you're world beaters because you're 9-3. You're a shithole. Write that down. You're not going to this isn't going to be consistent.
Hey, this is like
no Muschamp year where Muschamp, we beat Michigan. We're fucking on the way. No, you're not. No
one's Michigan. Ohio State can't do it, but we can.
Well, that sounds like some 2 out of the last 3 losses.
No one wants to hear that nonsense.
2 out of the last 3 losses cope is what that is. Just he's coping and seething. Everybody can see it. He can't handle. Beamer is on the precipice of being and forming a better program
that's the same.
Than
you sound. We might start calling you Comrade Light. It's the same shit.
You can call me. Listen, the fact that you think you're little childish changing
same
my
shit
name.
The Comrade said, Will Muschamp's the best ever.
Hey, Rob, did you go to Clemson? Rob, did you go to Clemson?
What?
Kale, did Rob go to Clemson?
You broke up.
I don't think so.
I've given you a name for the show. You're Peckerhead. You wear a pecker on your head. What's wrong with you?
Oh, no. All I've said is the fact that you think childishly changing my name bothers me. It shows your level of maturity, sir. It doesn't besmirch me. That's all that is. And I've told Kale this before. Cool. And I said it at the game. Have you ever heard of a fan base talk about sucking dick or just anything regarding dick more than a Clemson fan? I mean, oh my gosh.
I can't think of a fan base that went out there. Hold on. You got a pecker on your head. That's not you wear a pecker on your head.
I got a Gamecock on my head, and you got to respect it. We walked into your house 2 years in a row and whooped your ass.
You're still a cunt. You're a cunt team.
It took your soul.
I'll never think of you as anything but a cunt
Well, guess
team.
what? My cunt team walked into Death Valley 2 years in a row and whooped your fucking ass.
And it was well, that's cool. And you know what? What do you get for that? What do you get for that, sir? Tell me what you get for that.
I get to absolutely rail into you every year, every time I call in for a year.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. When it comes back to it, I don't really care. You're like, once again, it's like playing Kentucky to me. You shouldn't lose to them. It's disgusting that it happened. And I hope some folks lose their job over it.
That's not the same. You actually came from behind and beat them.
Yeah.
You couldn't come from behind and beat the Gamecocks, though.
No, they couldn't.
Well, it's hard. It's hard to get up for SoCon level competition.
Hey, have you beat a team with a winning record yet?
Yeah. I'm sure we have. I don't know. Pittsburgh's got a winning record.
Pittsburgh, didn't they lose 6 straight?
Pittsburgh has a winning record, sir.
Didn't they lose 6 straight after you told me they were
I think they actually finished 7-5, so he's off the hook.
Yeah,
5 straight. My bad.
You ask one more dumb question, I'm just going to mute my mic and let you and Jackpot talk.
Listen, you can do whatever you want, Rob. All you've done is cope and seethe because you got your ass
I'm not
kicked.
coping and seething on anything.
That's exactly what you're doing.
Still a cunt.
Everybody who's called in has said the same thing. You're being delusional.
Well, once again, I'll tell you the same thing. Here we go. I finally got it. Here you go. Just for you.
Bring it up.
I don't care. Okay. I don't care. I don't care. My jokes don't go over. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
What is the song?
He doesn't care. I don't care.
Win by 50, I don't fucking care. You're still a shit show program, and your coach is a cunt, and I don't care. Don't care.
What am I gonna do? He muted me.
I don't care. I don't care.
I muted me. What am I gonna do? Every time you meet me, I'm gonna unmute myself. Coach fan can't handle criticism.
I don't care.
Just beating me.
There you go. You can get back in after the song. I don't care. I don't care. The jokes don't go over. I don't care.
Making noises on the show.
I don't care. You can call back in now. You can call back in now. But understand, I don't care. There you go. Jarrett, welcome to the program. Do you care, sir?
Yeah, but Clemson still, they've fallen off.
They have fallen off, sir.
Good Lord.
What else you got?
I think UGA is doing good, but I think Texas is going to show a different look. They're going to use dual quarterbacks. They're going to use Quinn, and they're going to use Arch Manning both at the same time in that game. They're going to utilize Arch in the run game on third manageable and in the end zone, and they're going to use Quinn in the passing game. So they're going to try to do what they didn't do in their home game. They're going to try to beat us at that, what they should have done in that home game they had. That's what I think is going to happen.
Cool. What else you got?
Yeah, you're taking it too hard. I think you're soft. I think you're being salty because South Carolina beat y'all at home.
Thank you.
He's got to dry his eyes. I told him he was going to cry in the shower after that game. He didn't believe me.
Don't shut up. I'm going to play the song.
Hey, I thought we didn't kick people around here,
You
Rob.
gotta quit being salty. Just accept Clemson love.
I won't come on it, but you can kick me there.
Do you?
You got.
I told you to be quiet. Let us play the song. You would shut up. I wouldn't have booted you.
Rob,
I'm playing the song. Listen to the song. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
Women call me plucky. I don't care.
It's great.
I'm gonna unmute myself every time you meet me. Kick me if you want me. Kick me if you want to. I don't care. Everybody knows you're coping and seething. Jarrett
I'm not
just called
coping
you
with
out.
anything.
Hale called you out.
You beat the worst Clemson team in 15 years, and you act like you won the Super Bowl. That's the great thing about it.
But
Your program is so
Rob,
shitty.
Two out of the last three.
The worst team in
Two out of the
15
last
years,
three.
and
Rob,
get your
Two out of the
coaches and
last
get your
three.
man.
But the bad thing, Rob, is
Two out of the
Clemson
last
keep
three.
getting
Link is in the description, but I'll be happy to
Two
put
out
it in
of
the
the
chat.
last three.
Yeah. Well,
There you go.
thank you.
Hey, how good was that team 2 years ago, Rob?
Wasn't a good team. If you lose to South Carolina, you're a shithole.
And the thing is,
No, they won the conference.
Clemson's going to keep
They won the
getting
conference that year. Did they? Did they win the conference 2 years ago?
Yeah,
They
they did.
absolutely did. They beat
They weren't a
Matt
good
Brown.
team. Did they lose to Shane Beamer? They weren't a good team.
Oh, there's the cope. We all see it, Rob.
I'm not being soft. I'm being real.
They
I'm
lost
not
He
being
lost
Shane
like a
Beamer.
man.
They lost to
How many
Shane
times
Beamer.
does Kale come on
Here's
here
the
and take
thing.
his loss like a fucking man? And you got to
They lost to Shane.
Hang
They
on, hold
lost to
on,
Shane
fuck's
Beamer.
sake.
They
Hold on,
lost to Shane
fuck's sake.
Beamer.
I congratulated the Gamecock fans that I respect and told them, hey, it was a good win for you guys. Congratulations.
We're not even a top
Other than
30
you
team.
can go fuck yourself.
We're
You
not
if
even
you're
a top
fucking
30
get
team.
on a
You beat
fucking
us at our
thing and
worst.
go.
Oh.
You're not a good program, sir. You're not a good program. Don't
Have you
care.
got the tattoo yet?
Take your loss like a fucking man. You're taking it like a
I
straight
already
dude.
took the loss, dude. We moved on. We're playing for a conference title. Y'all are going to a fucking
All you're doing,
shithole
you
bowl
bitched
game.
about it every stream since.
Shithole bowl game.
That's all
Chris,
you're doing
what
is bitch
fuckery
about
do you have today?
Make excuses and bitch about it. That's all
Hey.
you've
I
done.
didn't make one excuse for us losing. The
We're
only
not a top 30 team.
No,
This is
no,
the worst
hold on.
Clemson
Hey,
team
hey,
in
fuck's sake.
years. Oh, that's not
Tell
an
me what excuse I
bro.
made.
Oh.
Shut your mouth.
No.
Tell me what excuse I made. Here, let's put you
We're
up
not
here.
a
What
top-
excuse did I
We're
make?
not a top 30
Answer
team.
the
This is
question,
worst
shit dick.
Clemson team
What
in
excuse did I
years.
make for us losing?
Oh, this is
You
the
can't
worst
answer it
Clemson
because you
team
don't know
in
shit
years.
about
That's
shit.
not an excuse.
You really
Shut
don't
the
know
fuck
shit
up.
about fuck.
Shut the
Your
fuck
program
up.
is fucking garbage.
You
You
get
and Shane
exposed.
Beamer see
Hold
each
on.
other.
I got a
Go fuck
question.
yourself.
You get exposed.
What?
is
What is your
happened.
question?
You know what my question is? What happened when you played two SEC teams? What happened?
Clemson's got
What
a great
happened?
record against the SEC. We lost both games. I
We're
told you we're
talking
not
this
good.
year. We're not talking 10 years ago. We're not talking the rubbing rocks making fire season. We're talking this year.
In the present.
I told you. Here's the thing. When I tell you they fucking lost, we're not a good team. Then you dickheads are like,
But you still
we're not a
act like
fucking good
you
team.
are.
We are
But you
not a
still-
good team this year. We're not a good team. You beat a fucking Clemson team that's not up to the standard that Clemson football is. So congratulations.
Apparently the committee
It's
thought you
monumental for you. You've won 2 out of the last 10 against Clemson. I will personally, by the way, once they're made, because I know one of your pussy fans
You
are going to
keep
make
moving goalposts.
once they make
And
once
Clemson wants to join the SEC.
once they make the
that's the real
Christmas
thing.
ornaments, make sure you send me your address because I'll make sure you get one for your tree. Because you may have children one day, and you may be like, "You remember that time when we beat Clemson? That was great, wasn't it?"
Let's just
Here's
be
that
honest.
remembrance from 2024.
But
We
he's
don't-
not coping.
So we have
But
it
he's
on
not
our.
coping.
It's not a coping thing; it's facts. Y'all make Christmas ornaments and everything else about it.
Rob, I was at Clemson when you beat when you
care.
beat Carolina and sold
I don't
the
care.
same shirts you're talking about
I
in your
don't care.
own bookstore. You fucking schmuck.
I don't care.
What are you
Let's
talking about?
be honest.
I don't remember seeing. I don't remember
You don't
seeing.
remember
any of
seeing that because you've never been to Clemson.
Bullshit!
You don't even
I've
go to
been
the
to
game.
Clemson so many times. You're out of your mind. I've covered more football games there than you'll ever fucking dream about. Go
Let's
fuck
be-
yourself. You
let's
don't know
be
what I've
honest.
done.
You're coming to Willie B next year. You're not walking away with a win.
I don't think we
Sit
should
down.
play there anymore.
Sit down.
Hey, you knew that Clemson wanted to join the SEC. Isn't that true? I believe it is. They
They're
wanted to join.
suing, they are suing their
they-
conference.
they
to join.
told them-
Well, they want to join anything but the ACC.
Yeah, they want to go anywhere but the ACC.
They're going to
Maybe
find
the
out
Sun
the
Belt
grass
will
is
take
not
you.
greener.
Maybe the Fun Belt will take you. We'll see though.
If they join the SEC, they're going to be screwed. They're not going to win a lot of
I
games.
think they may end up in the AC.
I think they would have a record very similar to Oklahoma if they joined the SEC.
Well, that's what they wanted. They wanted to join a different conference for
Apologies, Matthew
conference-
Baltimore.
for TV rights.
I could see that.
Well, the
How's
money.
Clemson-
To be fair, would you join a conference where you know you're going to get mouth pumped every week for an extra $20 million though?
I don't know. South Carolina did it. You were like the 7th choice when you joined.
Hey, don't we have more? Don't we have more ACC titles than one of the best teams in your conference right now?
Huh? What?
Don't we have more SEC titles than the highest ranked team in your conference right now?
You don't have any SEC titles in football, sir.
ACC is what I said.
You have one ACC title, and you
address the question. Do we have more ACC titles than the highest ranked team in your conference?
I don't know.
The answer is yes. I'll answer it for you.
Well, that's because SMU just made the fucking league, buddy.
Okay, well, how about this? We have more ACC titles than 2 of the top 3 teams in your conference, Rob.
Sure.
And one of them's been there for 30 years.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, Miami has been there for like 20-something years.
Program. Sorry. Never will.
It doesn't matter because our rooster.
As long as Shane Beamer is your coach, you're going to be
shit. We're going to continue. Hey,
has Shane Beamer lost at Death Valley ever?
Shane Beamer, I don't.
That's the fake Death Valley.
I don't know.
Really.
I don't think
Clemson sucks.
And he won there as a player too.
Yeah, Shane Beamer. I mean, Clemson sucks, but Shane Beamer can't beat them in that fucking whorehouse you have down there. For some reason, I don't.
Well, we'll beat them in the methadone clinic you got in the fucking upstate, though. That's fine.
That's fine. It's fine. It's called flukes, sir. It's called flukes. It's happening.
When I was at the game, I had to step over 5 needles and about 6 crack pipes, Rob. What an absolute dump.
A fluke.
That's where you put your money to go to school because obviously.
No wonder Cocky took a shit on that ball.
Sir Big Spur, first of all, Chris. Damn it.
He was fertilizing the turf. He was fertilizing the turf.
Wrap it up, gentlemen. Some of us have to go to bed. What else do you have?
Refer to us.
Yeah, I'll end this first.
Everything that you say, though, is I still don't fucking care and enjoy watching Clemson in the playoffs.
That's fine. I'll end this first.
That'd be a first-round knockout.
I'll let Jarrett go first. Go ahead, Jarrett. You're good.
Clemson will get a first-round knockout, guarantee, if they make it in the playoffs.
Guess what? I still don't care. Go ahead. Bye, Jarrett. Have a good night. What do you have there, Mr. Peckerhead?
All right, I'll go ahead. A group of 5 team is currently dominating your conference. You suck. Beamer's undefeated at Memorial Stadium. You'll never be good. Your recruiting class is terrible. Go Gamecocks.
Horrendous.
Here you go, Peckerhead dumbfuck. Congratulations. Chris, finish whatever it is you got, buddy.
Nah, I don't really have nothing else. Other than you can refer to us as Daddy from now on. Okay?
I'll just refer to you as cunts.
We're Daddy.
Have a good night, cunts. Have a good night, cunts. Billy, welcome to the program.
You know, I don't know what to say.
Why'd you call, Billy?
Well, I do. I know what I'm going to say.
I actually look forward to you calling.
I want to congratulate South Carolina having an exceptional season. Clemson had an exceptional season. They're going in the ACC playoff. But it seems to like me that you should be. I don't know what they want from you, Rob. What do they want you to do?
Well, that's the thing, and I can address that. Here's the thing: they're not used to winning. They're not used to winning, right? So they don't know how to fucking act. They're grown men.
Act like you've been there, but then they haven't.
Well, they had. Listen to this, Billy.
Act like you've been there before.
They had grown men take off their belts and beat the tiger paw with it. We have fucked them so hard in their mouth for so many years that when they win one time, they have to take their belts off and beat the tiger paw. That's how fucking stupid that fan base is. And then they run their shit.
You know what would avoid that?
I wish somebody would fucking make Sir fucking Big Cunt a fucking chicken nugget.
Get some gut, tackle somebody, win some ball games, and you won't have to bitch about it. They beat our tiger ball with the belt. It's planted the flag on our field.
There's never. I've waited for anybody to tell me. Have you ever seen a Clemson fan? And I'll ask you, Jackpot. Have you seen a Clemson fan go onto Williams-Brice Stadium and plant a flag, and then take an animal?
We don't allow fans on the field.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, when you allow fans on the field, you open yourself up for that. That's their fault.
That's not their fault. They didn't realize. We thought that the Gamecock
Well,
fans.
no, you're used to winning all your home games, so you're not used to having to deal with that. Now, when the tables get turned a little bit, maybe meeting the Paul is not such a good idea after all.
Well, I hope that we continue the tradition because the next time you come there, I hope that it's like in 2004. We wave you on down. Why don't you fucks come down here and try to hit the Tiger Paw now? Take your sorry ass back to Columbia with your bitch coach. The bitch is about
that's
hot
what we was
dogs
talking about the other
food.
day. The Michigan player tried to plant the flag at Ohio State. That is so ignorant. That is so ignorant. I know it wouldn't happen at any y'all stadium. You ain't gonna allow some team to come on. Could you imagine a Tennessee fan coming on Willie Bryce's field and planting a power tee? You gotta be kidding me.
No.
That ain't happening.
But here's the thing.
That ain't happening.
Well,
grow up.
They better suck it up.
Grow up. You know, the head coach just needs to act like you've been there before. You know, act like you've been there sticking a flag.
Well, son, Mike Norvell and Sunbelt Billy. If Mike Norvell was going to beat up Sunbelt Billy because the Florida players planted the flag on their field.
You also have to.
But Billy Napier said, "Well, I talked to him about it, and we agreed that there's no place for that in this game. Yeah, let them do it.
Yeah.
Well, this is the same game.
Mike Norvell, his players are all out there wanting to fight and all this and that because they were fighting because they were ashamed because they got their ass kicked. They don't care anything about Florida State.
Yeah,
they came from somewhere else. They don't care.
Chris with another lie. You planted the flag at Williams-Brice. No Clemson fan did that, sir. Jackpot has already told you they don't allow fans.
They planted one last year. Somebody did it.
It wasn't a Clemson fan. It may have been a Clemson football player.
It was one of them players.
They won the game, so they can do that.
One of your sorry-ass players.
No.
By the way, this is the same Gamecock fan
Barrett Carter
that completely destroyed all of the ivy and stuff that was around the bushes and stuff. They destroyed that. They destroyed their own fucking field.
When you start digging up fields and destroying bushes and stuff.
Not their fucking field. They destroyed their own fucking field.
Who?
So, the Gamecock fans.
They did it when they were jumping over those bushes going rushed the field when they beat Texas A&M.
They could have. You've been to Williams-Brice. You don't have to jump over those fucking things. You could have walked down the fucking aisle like a normal fucking human being. But your fucking animals can't get away with doing that. They got to destroy shit. That happened.
Okay. But anyway, we missed the most
Peckerhead
important time
says
today.
that's Richmond fans that threw their goalposts in the river this year in a game they were favored in. And Cope-Harder Rob.
It wasn't this year either, dumbass. It was last year, 2 years ago. He don't know nothing.
He doesn't know anything.
He doesn't know.
No, they did it again.
No, they didn't take it to the river. They just, but
Vanderbilt did.
I'm trying to think. We missed the most important thing tonight, and that's going over the signing day, actual people that signed and stuff and how schools finished and everything. So, 247.
Tennessee finished 10th.
Yeah, we do. And we've got, we flipped a couple guys this afternoon.
As did we.
Isaiah Campbell from North Carolina. It was down to between him, Tennessee, North Carolina, and I forgot who it was.
Well, anybody
North Carolina and Clemson.
Ought to be easy pickings now.
He had what's with these kids having this big production at schools? I want to thank my mailman. But it was pretty interesting today. And here's Peckerhead. Has David Sanders signed? No, he hasn't signed with anybody yet. You know that. He tries to get a rise out of it. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's got a couple friends. He's got a couple friends that are waiting to sign, and they want to do it together next week. Now he's going to come back. Well, what's their names, Billy? I don't know. All I can do is tell you what we know. They finished 10th. Where did South Carolina finish? I'm not going at you, Kale. I'm your Andrew over here, Peckerhead. Where did South Carolina finish in recruiting today?
20th.
Yep. So Let's see. Everyone that has a high school has already signed. No, they haven't. He's got a couple more people. Who said it was at his high school? See, you shouldn't even let Peckerhead on here. He don't know what he's talking about.
Well, he here's what he does. Here's what
he
does.
Aggravates people.
That's what he does. He just tries to take one or two things, and he just tries to throw stuff out there to validate a program that has been historically awful.
So, I don't know. We don't know who Tennessee's going to play next week. It could be Ohio State. It could be Indiana. Until these games play out, we don't know. What I understand is
here's what we do know. We do know this though. Tennessee will be playing in the playoff. Clemson wins on Saturday. They'll be playing in the playoff. South Carolina will not. They're going to be playing in the, I don't know. Where do you think you're going, Jackpot? The Citrus Bowl or the Music City Bowl? It's one or the other.
What I can't understand is how the chairman of the committee come on and said the teams that are already like Tennessee, they're going to be ninth. They're not moving. They're going to stay where they are.
It's kind of shitty.
But the other teams in the conference playoffs, that's what's going to dictate where they go. So I forgot how it went, but he explicitly said that they're fixated in that bracket. So
that was dumb.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, anybody whose team's on the bubble is going to be after hearing that, they're going to be like, "Well, I'm not watching that." Hey, way to kill your ratings, buddy.
Yeah, and
he looked like he didn't know what he was doing up there anyway. He looked like he was sweating.
He was struggling.
That's refreshing to know that we've got incompetent people running this.
If I heard him correctly, he said teams like Tennessee that are, what are they, free for all ins or whatever? They're fixed in that bracket. They're
at large.
Yeah, they're going to be like Tennessee's 9. They're going to stay at 9 regardless. So I don't know. That's crazy. I don't get that. But so do they?
I packed your lunch, fool. Says Rob can't jump over the bushes. Fat boy. Your mom makes me a sandwich every time I have sex with her. That's why I'm fat. Move on.
Man, it's getting violent in here.
You want to run your mouth? We can do that. Bring it on, bitches.
Rob, you didn't ask them the number one question. And Kale, this isn't against you. I'm just trying to give Rob some little support here.
I don't need any support, but I appreciate it.
What's Beamer's record in the SEC the last 4 years?
It's terrible.
That's not a winning record.
It's terrible. It's not good.
Well, it certainly was this year.
But they love it though. They're putting out stuff. He's got more fans in the 4 years than Spurrier at this point. They compare compare him to fucking Steve Spurrier.
I like Kel saying they're on the right trajectory. Just get me on the right trajectory.
That's
they're on the right trajectory.
These motherfuckers compare him to Steve Spurrier.
I love the way that he kicks Clemson's face off and Rob's over here trying to downplay his accomplishments. It's comical. It really is.
I'm just telling you how I feel.
Get used to it. Remember how y'all said, shine into your lifetime contract? Yeah, you're going to be eating those words. You're going to be eating those words.
Well, I was hoping he would do – well, I'm sure he got what he needed today.
I'll be like, gosh, I wish he'd quit recruiting all these quarterbacks.
That's what I was looking at. And now, Kale, this isn't towards you. This is towards Dumb and Dumber. They got that last signee today. They got you to 20. Rob.
What?
Beamer signed a long snapper, not ranked, but he got his paperwork in and he signed.
See, now you say that, and that long snapper will have, he'll fall on a fumble or something in a game against Louisiana Tech.
Where do you think they got this?
I told you we needed this guy.
You'll never believe where they got this.
Yeah, that is important.
Where did he get this kid from? Wisconsin. So he must be somebody's nephew, grandson. I don't know. But anyway.
He picked up a long snapper today?
Yes, sir, they did. Unranked.
Well, I'm telling you, he's going to make sure that he's got one of the best punters in the country coming in next year.
To be fair, have you ever heard of
Ty Kroger?
Excited though? Seriously,
Tennessee signed, and I used to give BVD crap about it, and he wanted to cut my throat because the long snapper they signed was ranked like a 2-star in the state of Tennessee. I forgot what his name is. BVD used to have that stinger that would show that long snapper saying, I'm your biggest fan, because I'd always kid BVD about, we gave a long snapper a 4-year scholarship, somebody to hike the ball 12 yards. But BVD was proud of him because he was Greenville and he knew him and stuff. So bless his heart.
Peckerhead says, "How is your $8 million bum though?" Let me answer for Billy. He's in the playoffs.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
And if that's not good enough for you, go look in the D1 QBR rankings and then go look in the SEC QBR rankings. He's in the college football playoff. Act like you've been there, son. Act like you've been there.
He never will be there. That's why he's so fucking crazy
I keep forgetting that. That's the thing, though.
You just have to remember, when he says something, just realize he's never known good football. Ever.
Yeah. Ever. I want to know. He promised, he said next year he's going to go through Knoxville again and put that hat on that dog on by Neyland Stadium. Please tell me what hour you're going to be there and day. I want to know the time, the hour, and the day you're going to do that. Neither has Tennessee, Keith. Surely you jest, son. Surely you jest. But I keep wanting to know what they want you to do when they come on here. You've said congratulations.
I did. They don't hear that.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
They think that I'm supposed to literally just run around and tell every Gamecock fan, you're going to win the national title next year. You should be in the playoff over Oregon. You're better than Oregon. That's what they want, because they just haven't done it before. They don't know. Most of them don't remember like the teams from the good Spurrier years, because if they were, they wouldn't be comparing Beamer to what Spurrier was.
Look at Junior over here in the comments. I own Knoxville. I'll tell you exact one, loser. Jesus. Oh God, I'm almost 70 years old and decrepit. Yeah, tell me what hour a day what you're doing here. But
that'd be funny.
I talked. But anyway, South Carolina did come back this year, and they did do good. And that's, we just needed a couple little things to go differently, and we beat the LSU game to death. But I think, like Biscuit said, that head-to-head thing with Alabama and Ole Miss, I guess was the thing. But hey, South Carolina's back.
They could have put South Carolina in if they had wanted to. We were a 21-point underdog to Alabama and lost to them by 2 points. We know they used the head-to-head as the reasoning, but we all know why they got put in there. Yeah.
Billy, let's see, what was it? It's barely a Vol fan. Son, I've been a Vol fan since I was 8 years old, and that would be 1963. So I've seen it all. Head to head, your biscuit, head to head.
Bow Hunting says you'll be on the evening news, man, with a peckerhead got the hell beat out of him in front of Neyland Stadium.
We didn't talk about Clemson taking Kentucky down in basketball last night.
We didn't
watch that game.
We didn't even mention the SEC was 11-1 against the ACC last night. We didn't even mention that.
Yeah, and Kentucky, of course, is the one that shits the bed.
Kentucky.
That coach is strange, man. He's strange. He's very animated and strange. That's going to make for some excellent television this year. He's weird.
Kentucky shoots way too many threes, man. It's like, I don't know how they're going to be worth a shit shooting as many threes as they do.
What's that saying? Live by the three, die by the three.
Well, they're going to blow some teams out. I get that. But,
yeah.
Man, they shoot way too many threes.
Yep.
Way too many threes.
Look good so far. What does this say? What does Chris say? You ever get out of it? Yeah, I get out of the chair. What do you want me to do? Let me get out of the chair? Where's my walker? Oh, there it is.
Fuck out of here with the walker. I don't want to hear that. Show us your Christmas tree. We need to see your Christmas tree. He's going to show us the Christmas tree. Hold on. Billy's showing us his Christmas tree. This will be the last thing.
Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas
tree. Very good. He's going to try to show us his Christmas tree if he can figure out the technology of making his camera look over there. Look at that. That's a beautiful tree, Billy. Very good, sir. Very good, sir. He's showing us the whole house now. Very good. All right. Well,
Billy, the one I destroyed.
Yeah. All right. Well, we appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming on the show, buddy. Your microphone's muted, Billy. Hold on. I think you muted yourself. I didn't mute you. There. Oh, it says your mic. Okay, there you go. He's going off. He says his mic isn't connected. Good night, Billy.
Oh, God.
All right, Jackpot. Good show, buddy. Appreciate it, man.
All right.
We'll talk to you guys later on.
See you guys later.